Hello, everybody, and welcome to another EA Live show where we share everything that we are doing in the Edgar Allan in the agency. Here we have all my colleagues, your favorite host, Florencia. How are you, Florencia?
Hi, Felix. I'm doing great. Happy Friday for everyone watching.
Happy Friday as well, yeah. And also, oh, I can hear myself somewhere.
And we
Let me
have
see.
Skylar today.
Hello.
Yeah,
Um, that
So,
for those who have been here before, this is his second episode because the last time, well, we talked about a very interesting topic as well. Um, but this time we wanted to focus also on the beautiful backgrounds that you can make using After Effects
hmm
meets Webflow. And so thank you for being here with us
yeah,
today.
happy to join on. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, Skylar been working in a client's project that's been implementing this kind of background. So we always like to share what we do. Yeah, that Edgar Allan. Last week we have Tino that hello Jose
Hey,
that
Jose.
share another hero section that you can implement in your website. So this one is gonna be another let's say technique or trend, no, Skylar? So it's
Yeah,
going to show us how to do it. It's really excited because it's another way to to make this wow moment whenever you land in a website and see all this kind of effect in the background. I have an example so the people can get the hype before we start. Skylar, you want, and we share some example that, and also we can say that Skylar made a clonable that you can clone it as well for free. So we'll leave in the description. But let me share some projects that you or some examples that we you can do with this kind of technique that Skylar is gonna share. So, for example, this website is pretty much similar to of this what Skylar is gonna do. Is this video background? This all our big video background is not CSS or HTML or SVG or Lotus.
hmm
They're all videos background. I don't know Skylar you can make by Lotus as well, transform Lottie, but we can.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, you could make the video a lottie for sure. Just a series
Yeah,
of images.
yeah. Then another example. This website is made in Webflow as well.
Mm, yeah.
Um, Here is another
Oh,
one.
nice.
So there are different options that you can implement this kind of technique in After Effects and then implement in your website. So yeah, I would love to hear the people if someone have any question or anything has already implement that in their projects. I would love to hear about that, or if they want to share a project or a video that they made through After Effects. So we'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, what I
So
really like about this like little previews is that like the shapes that you make are very organic and
Mm.
um kind of like it doesn't look like anything, but they like step up the game of your hero section a lot and all the movement. I mean, we have already seen last episode what you can do with 3D on the hero section, like with the very simple shapes. And it was amazing how you can step up your game in the hero section or any other section of your site. So I'm looking forward to see how we can create that.
yeah.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit of animation in the background is always a lot more captivating. That's
Mhm.
pretty fun,
Mhm.
man. I think the internet should be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So you want, Skylar? We can start the process whenever you're ready, and
Yeah. Yep.
so
Ready to share my screen.
okay.
Okay. You guys looking at my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah, so this is one of the gradients I've worked on for just this clonable.
Mhm,
We had a client recently that was asking for just animated gradients in the background, so we did a ton of them,
mhm.
and I just made a few more for this clonable, and I'm happy to share them with everybody. Let's go through some of these examples. Let's see. Okay, so I made a handful of them. 9. Okay, I like this one. This one kind of reminds me of what's that show? Never mind.
It's like a kind of candle there, no?
It kind of reminded me of like Stranger Things or something.
Oh
That,
yeah,
Oh
big
yeah.
had this
monster
move,
from
yeah.
like season 2 in the sky.
No
That's right.
spoilers because I
But-
haven't watched it yet.
So what we're looking for um, the client that originally was asking for these gradients was, I was trying to think of a way in After Effects to have like some 3-dimensionality to like a gradient, and I spent like a ton of time looking at tutorials online. I couldn't find one, so I just kind of played around with it until I like finally like came to a few good options.
Yeah, they're really cool, really
Thanks.
smooth, and
Yeah,
then you have to say that this is gonna be in looping in the website as well, so it doesn't stop. So you can
yeah.
loop.
You have to think about how to loop seamlessly too. That's like an additional challenge.
Yeah, so you need to be back in the start from the moment like to the 0, and then loop again, so you don't see this transition. No?
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Oh yeah. This one reminds me of like an
again.
iceberg or something. If you're like
Mhm.
I don't know, underneath an iceberg in the water. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thought that was pretty nice. This one's like a simpler one. Added like
Mhm.
probably way too much noise to this one. Just like nice organic shapes that are always
Yeah.
shifting.
It's really cool.
Let's see. It's like
There are many options that you can play around with, many shapes, and it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I try to get some nice folding in there, and it's actually surprisingly really hard in After Effects. If
Mhm.
anybody knows an easier way,
Yeah.
please let me
Please
know.
let us know.
Absolutely.
I try to
Alright.
play with folding geometry again. It's all like faked in. I couldn't figure out a way to actually have like
Mhm.
a mesh that has like shadow and depth to it.
Mhm.
So
That's
a lot of
that's
just
impressive.
oh, it's too much noise to this one.
Oh,
That's really cool. It seems like a, you know, like a
this
bed
one is
sheet.
very soothing.
Yeah,
It's really cool. Yeah.
yeah, it reminds me of I don't know, draped over like fabric or something.
Mhm. Yeah. It seems like.
Let's see, this one was kind of trippy, but I thought this one kind of looked like it was underneath a microscope or something, and like looking at
Mhm.
a little microbe.
Wow. That's really cool as well. A different shape and.
Yeah, these are all just like experiments. Like I
Mhm.
just like
You were playing around.
playing around, and then
Yeah.
I just saved the file and copied it every time. Anytime that I made something cool, and just like kept on iterating.
That's really cool.
Oh, the last is definitely the least. It's just like
Mhm.
pretty simple.
Mhm. Well, I mean, very simple. I'm
Yeah,
not able to do it.
I'll share how I actually made these, and you'll see how simple it is.
Okay.
It's only like a handful of
You just need After Effect, or you need the extra plugin or something?
no plugins. It's really simple. Um, so let's go into After Effects. Okay, I was thinking about remaking this one as an example.
Mm-hmm.
So if you turn off all of the
see.
effects, you can see that it's just a kind of a field of 4 different colors.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put the entire like this.
I can move the colors around.
Oh, okay.
Then you tack on a few different effects.
Mm-hmm.
So one is a mesh warp. So this is this is like a mesh, that I can warp around.
Oh, okay.
The secret sauce
Oh,
right there.
cool.
And then I added a little bit of turbulent.
You're moving like you're making those shapes, and every frame have a different one, so it has this transition, no? Like
Yeah. In
Mm.
After Effects, there's this timeline at the bottom, and you can set different animations in the timeline,
Mhm.
and then transition like seamlessly between
Oh,
all
wow.
of the different transitions. So, for instance, like on the timeline here, this is a position of the distorted mesh,
Mhm.
and then I came to halfway through the video,
Okay.
and I distorted the mesh in like a different way, and then I came to 3/4, and I transitioned the mesh like a little bit more, just like, I gotta click these. Transitioned it
Oh, I see.
a little bit more,
Mhm.
and then I went back to the original position so that it loops seamlessly.
Okay.
So
Okay. So
a little complicated, but I'll recreate it, and
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It's like this shape. It's like, let's say it's random, but then you can play with all the edges to make work
Mhm.
in the way that you want. No? Like
Yeah.
all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the only way I could really think about how to make it look three-dimensional was by warping it, and I don't know, selectively thinking about the colors.
Okay.
So, like for instance, like I have these lighter colors in the foreground,
Mm-hmm.
and all of these darker blues in the background to give it like a little bit of
Mm.
shadow.
Otherwise, we'll be plain. There is not different colors. It's the only way that you can see three dimensional. You said that,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
There's a deep. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I
Understand.
removed all those colors,
Mm-hmm.
it would just it'd be
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So let's just go through and try to build it really fast. I built these like a month ago, so I'm a little rusty right now.
I
So
mean, doesn't have to be exactly the same, so
yeah.
play around.
All right. Doesn't matter what color the background
Does
is.
anybody in the chat have been working on After Effects lately, making any Lottie or uh, any animation videos? We have here Fernando Scalar from Skynet. Hi, Fernando, how are you? Good. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So first thing I want to do is create a solid layer in After Effects. This is just a base that we're gonna add our 4 gradients to.
Mm-hmm.
So in the After Effects effects and presets, there is a preset called or effect called forward color. These I just type in the number 4 color gradient. All right, so I'm gonna drag that into our solid and come with some random colors. It's probably fine for now. So we have our colors, and now we want to add some effects to it. So first thing we want to do with that is create an adjustment layer. An adjustment layer just means that, I don't know, it's like a blank layer that you can add effects to, and it'll affect the entire composition.
Okay.
Okay, so
Like the pattern, no, of all the composition that you apply everything in there.
right, yeah. So we're just gonna like tack some effects into this adjustment layer. I already forgot the name of this composition. What was that? Mesh warp. Yeah. So we have a mesh warp effect. That is the effect that we can move it around. So let's start with that one.
So I guess you can set as many grids that you want, no?
Yeah.
By the columns and the rows.
That's
and then
right.
play around. No?
Yeah. I prefer having, I think it's more manageable to have less rows and columns in the grid. So I think I did 4 each.
Okay.
It's pretty manageable because you have to like individually move all of them.
Yeah. Otherwise, it takes a while to make one by
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? These colors are kind of ugly. I might just change these colors real fast.
The
Okay.
color palette.
Yeah. So how I found these, I made this color mesh last night, and I used coolers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
This is to get some inspiration of colors, no?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
coolers. Cool. What's the name of the website? Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Yeah. This is where I
Just
got
generate any. Yeah, that's so cool.
This is the one I used last time.
Okay.
So let's just like bring some colors in here.
Thank you, colors. Yeah, I love that. For everything you may need on like things for your work, there's always a site that make things easier.
Yeah.
Like little sites with the little tricks that you don't have to like know everything, just know where to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will leave this resource in the description as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so we got some cool colors in there. I added some darker colors to the top left so that it'll kind of be like the shadow, and then the lighter colors in the foreground. So now we can start playing with that warp effect a little bit. So it's like a lot of just trial and error, just trying to get these meshes.
Yeah, you shape as you want to. That's really cool.
Yeah, I just do 3. Okay. There's little Bezier curves that you can play with to get it looking good.
Yeah, you for example don't want the entire canvas like to take the entire width. You just can make like a, for example, a square and apply this grid for a square and that's it. No, and make the background white and make like a circle of shaping doing, or do you recommend make the whole canvas and play it with the, for example, with the white if you want to be the white.
Kind of like this is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like make only a circle or a square in the middle of the video canvas, let's say.
Yeah, you can just adjust this this whole layer to like wherever you want. So all of these effects you can just manipulate to wherever you want on the canvas.
Okay.
Okay, just playing around with it.
Yeah, I mean, I love After Effects. I just use for small things, but I mean, I'm more about Premiere because it's easier. But the kind of thing that you can make with the After Effects is insane, and also for web to create lotties, because it has like a plugin, the body moving plugin or the lottie one. You can create a really cool animation, like coming from Illustrator and moving, like putting in After Effects and make animations. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love After Effects, although it has a strong learning curve.
Yeah, it is.
Pro is like so much easier, but it doesn't come with all these cool effects.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing is like, well, you need to pay for the package. I think it's $30 a month or something like that. You use Photoshop, Premiere, all the apps. It's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I spent so much time in like Adobe products.
Yeah, I mean there are alternatives, no, but even free or one pay. I think what was the name of the other? I don't remember the name of the software, but there are another alternative to Adobe. But again, the Adobe community is so big, and you have a lot of resources up there.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to using any other ones. And there's like Affinity Designer, but okay, so
yeah, that one I think it only has like one one payment a year or something like that,
Yeah,
like forever.
that would be nice.
You
I
pay.
hate the subscription models.
So we have here Carlos that's work with the After Effects as well, and Jose that sent me through Slack something that he did in Blender. We are going to share it, Jose.
Oh, cool.
Let me check it. Yeah, so the community is working. I'm doing like Blender, 3D, and After Effects. There are many people involved on that and making crazy stuff. It's really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, I love just 3D anything. Like I'm an architect, so I've always been 3D modeling.
That's
Love it.
That's so
really
cool.
cool. Jose, I will share after whenever we finish with the tutorial because it's really cool what Jose did.
Yeah,
Amazing. Yeah. Wow.
I'm excited to see it.
Wow. So looking forward to see that, Jose, in a website project.
We can feature you on Webflow Cafe, Jose.
Yeah, of course.
Our streaming in Spanish, for those who don't know.
Yeah. We share something. Yeah, we have already. We have also a community for Spanish speaking people whoever want to join us. Webflow Cafe. Yeah, it's looking great, Skylar. It's really cool.
Thanks.
It's really cool. So you're now shaping the, or you're making already the animation, no? Like
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's kind of difficult to like make it seamlessly like move around because every time you have a transition, it kind of I don't know. It feels like it can jerk around a little bit.
Yeah.
You have to think about it kind of like an animator, like an old time animator that used to have to like sketch on a piece of paper for like every movement of a character.
Yeah.
And they all have to be kind of seamless. So you kind of have to like build out the frames kind of like that. So like think about how all of these are moving and make it like kind of smooth.
You also need to set the easing in After Effects.
Yeah, that helps too. Yeah. So that there's not like a I don't know, a sudden jerk. So in After Effects, I use this plugin that's called Motion Tools. That's like an auto easing, but it's like paid. But the alternative way would be to go to select your two keyframes and keyframe assistant, or right click keyframe assistant, and then easy ease. So that will, and you can look at what that did by going into your graph editor. This little button right here.
Yeah.
That will change the timeline into.
You can play with these in there.
That's so cool. You can use these little handlebars here to. I don't know what I just did. To increase the easing however you want.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I figured that there is also an option to add code on After Effects to make kind of easing and stuff like.
Yeah, I honestly have never really tried their coding. I think it's like if you click Alt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alt, or sorry, Command, and then click on the stopwatch, and now you can type in your code.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This is yes.
Yeah, I don't really know how to
this is.
Wait a minute. You can put code in After Effects as well?
Yeah.
Like CSS? Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
I don't know what.
It's a kind of JavaScript, but it's not the same, I think.
Oh, okay.
I applied once because I needed to make like a bones effect. So I was checking online, and then I came up with a website that say just copy paste this code, and we'll apply this bones effect. I was like, what? I didn't know that. So I just copy paste. I don't know exactly.
Like a sort of texture.
I don't know. It's like a kind of JavaScript, but I don't know exactly the structure of the code. It takes the same logic or something else. So we have here Carlos that say, "Who remember Adobe Muse?" I don't know. I never used Carlos. I don't know what exactly it is. And Breona, hi Breona. We saw her, I think, yesterday in the FinSuite community as well. Perfect. I might use this design for my portfolio. I'm such a fan of Skylar work. Thank you,
Oh,
Breona.
appreciate it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I know Brianna from Webflow Party,
Yeah, as well.
which is a great community.
It's great. So it's
Everybody.
looking great.
Yeah, just trying something out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, you can play around with that and see what is the shape that's better for you and better fit your design or your project at the end of the day.
yeah, it's less so like a technical exercise and more just like a art exercise, trying to make it look really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
I would love to challenge the people here in the audience to make something like that and share on Twitter or something like that, so we can talk about in the next Your Life episode and see what the people is creating and inspired by Skylar. So that will be cool.
yeah, that'd be awesome if somebody made some of these. Okay, so we have just like a mesh that's kind of moving around. You know, we got it looks like it has a little bit of depth, so you can see, you know, like a rounded edge.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the effects that was pretty nice in that example that I showed is all these like nice streaks.
Oh yeah.
I think it kind of helped it out, turned it more into, I don't know, like the iceberg effect that I thought was kind of neat. So turbulent displacement, it will, I don't know, it'll take, I don't know, it's just that add turbulence to whatever you're making. Let's try it out. You can see the turbulence.
Oh.
Oh, you know. That's cool.
So just like extra noise, it'll scramble up the colors that you're using.
Mm-hmm.
You can get kind of complex.
Oh, it's like a smoke.
That's kind of cool.
Like
it's
a storm.
crazy
A
cloud.
storm, yeah. You can create like a sky effect from clouds. Really cool.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Nice.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just playing around right now.
Just breaking a little bit there. But yeah, it's like you need to play around, see what is because sometimes you use these kind of effects on After Effects, no, and can have something really cool, and you can apply for the project.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think that maybe the most challenging part is make it look like the transitions look natural and seamless. So you know, when you're watching the animation, it doesn't have very sharp endings or transitions.
So can you show us again, Skylar, the transition part? How do you exactly make like?
Yeah. So let's go over to the effects. We want to look at mesh warp. Okay. So basically, if I delete those. Okay, so we have a stopwatch here, which it will key in whatever change you make. So if there is any keys that you want to create, you got to hit the stopwatch. That'll create a key. So a key is just like a point in time that you can transform something. So we want to transform the distortion mesh. So we can key in this starter one, and we can key in I don't know,
it's similar to the Webflow timeline. Let's say that's you're applying CSS, and here you're applying the transform and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. If we make some changes, at 14 seconds, if we just
Okay.
make any changes to that distortion mesh,
Mm-hmm.
it'll automatically create a key
Okay.
for 14 seconds. And you can see it on the timeline here. This little thing right here
Mm-hmm.
is the transformation that we made it at
Got it.
that point in time. And we could do that for any of the time. So once we drag our timeline to 8 seconds, for instance, we can, it's hard to click these, make a transformation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah, you
somewhere. And now you can see that transition there.
can. Mm-hmm.
You can see how it's being affected.
Got it.
And what trick I used to make it loop seamlessly, because you want, if you're adding it to a website, it would be nice if it was looped seamlessly, is
Mm-hmm.
I copy that initial timeline,
Okay.
I copy it, and I just bring it to the end. And
Got
now, yeah, so now it will go through all of these transformations and wind up exactly where you
back
started.
to the length of the video, the time, how you set in this bar that you have on top.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
it's automatically at 1 minute. That's just like the default.
Okay.
And you can change that composition length by going into the composition settings under composition settings,
Okay.
and we can go to the duration. It's set for 1 minute. We can make it 30 seconds. Ooh, these buttons are too small. 30 seconds.
Oh, makes
Okay,
sense.
so now you see in the timeline that it only goes to 30 seconds. And if you want to clip that, customize it however you want,
Mm-hmm.
you can take this. This is called a work area. I don't know. You take it and you can
Grab it.
bring
No?
it back to, I don't know if you want it to only be 14 seconds. So
Mm-hmm.
now your clip will just, when you export the clip, it'll just be 14
40
seconds.
seconds. Makes sense. Okay, so you need to first set the timeline, and then if you want more or less, play with the second bar, let's say. No?
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm. Awesome.
Okay, so I have a
So
little timeline here, 14 seconds, does something. We have a little bit of turbulent displacement, and we could add some motion with the turbulent displacement as well. You can change any one of these by keying them, but I think this evolution, it
mhm.
kind of has a water texture to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Evolution just it changes the displacement through time. But let's just go to there. Yeah, sorry. I'm just learning this like kind of at the same time, so I don't have all of the best
Yeah, I mean,
information for things.
at the end of the day, what the key here is like you need to make sure. Well, the first step is add the effect of the grid. Then add the first was the color palette. I don't remember how you added the name, but the color palette, then the grid, and just play around with the keys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only 3 effects we're using right now are 4-color gradient effect, the mesh warp effect, turbulent displace effect. So those.
And then you can add many others.
Yeah, you can add. I mean, there's so many things to play with, and there's plugins as well that you could add more effects to. There's like a huge marketplace out there just for After Effects effects.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you go to distort, I mean, there's like so many. If you want to look, kind of like liquid, you can add this in it, move things around. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, you can basically spend hours just playing with the different textures and buttons and lighting. Looks like fun.
Yeah,
it's really cool. So Yeah, whenever you got the instruction from the client, I want a gradient. Do you have any clue about what they wanted, or it's like, okay, let's start
Um,
playing around, or they have like an example of things that they wanted?
yeah, I came onto this project kind of like in the design production phase. So we already had a designer that kind of had an idea for what they wanted. I think they Kendall from Edgar Allan. I think she made it in Figma,
Hmm.
um, but I don't know. It was kind of like a warped mesh that was kind of
Hmm.
had some three dimensionality to it, and used the client's colors.
Yeah,
So I use that just like as a base to get some ideas generated.
yeah. Start the point from there.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So okay. So what I just did was I just exported this
Hmm.
right here. It's just super easy. Just export to your media encoder.
Oh, I was sport from the other way. I don't know in English, but there's another option that there is like you can export different ones, like different
Yeah, yeah. You can use the render queue as well.
Yeah, exactly this one.
Yeah, I think the difference between the media encoder and the render queue is the render queue will take a lot longer, and it
Hmm.
also won't encode your videos. So there'll
Okay,
be the file size will be a lot longer, but it might there's some like rendering quality that's being diminished if you encode your.
makes sense. Yeah, good tip. Good tip. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Um, so now that it's in your queue, find output path. Let's go to videos, green to test.
And what is the format? Is MP4 or normally?
Yeah, just by default it's MP4, I believe. Yeah,
Mhm.
MP4. But I mean, there's like you can make it anything. Um,
And then
no,
you can like compress or something, or
yeah, so
depends.
it compresses it automatically and with media encoder.
Okay.
You can compress it even more afterwards, and we'll probably have to do that.
Hmm.
Um,
That's cool. Yeah, because you're going to share a tip to add the videos in Webflow as well. That
yeah,
because Webflow compress the video and the quality sometimes like what is that?
yeah, I'll share my experience. Um,
Yeah, it's really important. I don't know why compress that much the videos, especially for videos that are like
Anybody
full
from Webflow
width.
watching, please stop compressing the video so much.
Yeah, it's
This is
compressed a lot. It's granny. It's like I don't know.
I'll share with you the difference. So this
Yeah.
is how Webflow compresses it, and
Hmm.
this is if I host it myself.
Yeah.
I
Now
mean,
it's good. It's yeah. It's I
compression
don't know.
quality
I
is
don't
too.
know what they do, why they do that, but
Yeah,
uh,
so pretty much anytime I'm using a background video, I will host the video myself.
hmm,
So I have a Netlify account, and it's free, and I host all my videos on it.
hmm,
Um, I
yeah,
could share that, but maybe that's like kind of
yeah. You can
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's a way to. It's like a we can call that a hosting. It's
right,
more
yeah,
like that, but yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I'll try to go through it really fast. So we want to host our own video. We have a video here.
Hmm.
Here's my example. Um, okay, we want to compress this video that was in my example
Hmm.
originally. Actually, let's just go with this one. This is
Okay.
the one we just made.
Okay.
Okay, properties. Just looking at the size of it, it's way too big, so I'm
Hmm.
gonna have to compress it myself. Um,
So the idea is to like put an embed kind of thing for the
yeah,
background. Okay.
that's right. Yeah. So if you look at the video size, it's 16 megabytes, which is like way too big. You want it to be like less than, I don't know, like 1, maybe 2 megabytes is like kind of big too. All right, so I'm using this open source program called Handbrake. It's free, obviously, and is awesome.
That's good. And this also only for Windows or?
No, it's for anything. I think Linux, Mac.
Okay.
Anyway, you just drag your video in here, and it will compress it automatically using its default settings, which is 1080p. But you can change the resolution, and you can make all kinds of different changes. Let's just go through it really fast. All right, so let's start output here. Start encode.
So you can maybe even export in a different extension, no? Or...
Yeah, you can. WebM. I feel like WebM is actually gonna be like even better, but it's not.
Normally, Webflow in the code, whenever you add a background video, it has the two options, no? MP4 and WebM. So,
yeah, so they just included.
But it's not mandatory, but it's an option too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a workaround about background videos in Webflow. To be honest, it's like what Skylar was saying. The best way is by adding an embed and hosting your video outside of Webflow. Like, yeah, Skylar's gonna share different option, but I think it's the best way to do it because especially for these videos that are full width, that are gonna be the entire website. If it's a small one, it's okay. But a big one that's gonna be the main video that you're gonna have in your website is really important to have a good quality, no?
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. So what I'm doing right now. So if I want to host anything on Netlify, I need a index.html, which is just code that will tell Netlify what to do with my video. So it's really simple. We're just using HTML, and Visual Studio Code is just a code editor that's open source. I think it's actually owned by Microsoft, but it's free. Okay, so just some really minimal code. Video source is equal to, or given the source of our video, and just copy the name of the video. Hide. And I think that's it. Yeah, I believe that's about it. And save that video. Save the file in the page that you want the video to be in. So we have a folder with an index, .html file, and the video that we want to add. And in Netlify, we just want to add a new site. We want to deploy it manually, and it's asking for a file to just drop in, which is that file we have, or folder rather.
That's right.
Drop it in.
Yeah. A really cool thing from Netlify is like another VPN, like I don't know, Cloudinary, and other ones that are out there. The bandwidth is not that much. So whenever you reach even a small website, they're going to make you pay. So in Netlify, you have like a lot of storage.
Yeah, I love Netlify. There's also Vercel, and I don't know. There's a handful of other websites that do the same thing. So if we go to,
so now you already host this folder.
Yeah,
with the small HTML and the file. So we need to just get the URL of the video, no?
Yeah. So we want the we just want to look at the video right now. So we look at the website that it's hosted on, and then we just look for the name of the file.
The file.
Just gradient to gradient 2 test. Gradient 2 test dot mp4.
Okay.
Hey,
There
video.
we have the video host.
Yep, hosted just right on this website. Okay. So, dude,
So now we add embed, no?
yeah, so um, I created an embed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of it is custom code that I got from
Do you mind, Skylar, put like a little bit of zoom in a little bit?
Zoom.
The Webflow. Zoom the window if you can.
Oh, I don't know how to zoom window.
I think it's Control Plus or anyways, it's okay. Or it's okay. I mean, I don't know because I see a little bit small. That's why. But I don't know you from.
Ha,
There you
There we
go.
go.
There you go. There
there
you
you
go.
go.
No,
Got it. Okay.
awesome.
Okay. I can just copy this into the chat maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I got this from Timothy Ricks. Shout out to Timothy Ricks.
Mm-hmm.
But I just replaced the source code for my video.
Mm-hmm.
Save and close. And oh,
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Bravo, bravo. It's really cool. The other option that there is Skylar for the code is just upload with the background video from Webflow and then inspect the website and make the sac like copy paste the code. So it's another option
Mhm.
for this. Yeah, man, looks amazing. I think it will definitely use for a project or something like that because
Yeah.
it's really, and you see all these hours winning websites that implement those things. Like how they do that. It's the way that you can do it, and we are implementing in our clients as well.
Mhm.
So it's great to learn new things. And yeah, so I don't know, any thoughts, Florencia, about that?
Yeah, I just love that in every single episode we learn one little thing that helps you step up your game,
Yeah.
step up your website, your portfolio, and or for your clients. Just learning these amazing tricks that we have been talking about, like also the JSAP that we talked about the other
Mhm.
time, and also Tino was here just to animate a 3D figures. So we invite everyone who's watching this to try it out and then maybe post the results on Twitter so we
Yeah.
can show it on the next episode and just to see if we are on the good path and teaching you something new. And also we today we have also a little gift because you can take the clonable so there are no excuses. I mean, you only have to download After Effects. I think there's a free trial as well, so you can play around and then this is not sponsored by Adobe, but you can try it for free for a couple of days. And then if you're, I don't know, think it will bring value, then I guess you can
Mhm.
get the subscription.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to share what Jose sent us
Oh
just
yeah.
to react a little bit. This is the blender that Jose made. It looks amazing.
Oh wow.
So
That's so cool.
it's awesome, Jose. It's really cool. I would love to know how you made. In case someone wants to learn more about 3D, we have another episode with Dino. That is also part of the team that is showing us how to start with the what is this
With
app.
the scene.
Yeah, exactly. And then we are going to jump to Blender, deep dive more in this, and then 3JS and how we do here in Edgar Allan and we work. And there are many things coming up. A really exciting thing for the next week, right, Florencia? We cannot do and we cannot talk much, but
Yeah, we can say a lot, but we can do say that we have an amazing product coming up So we will probably talk about it during the entire month of August. So we are very excited to show it to the world because it's been a very interesting project because we have been learning as we go. You know, like
Yeah.
everything that you get into, I don't know, uncharted territory. So we are very excited to show it.
Yeah, I would love to hear from feedback from the community. So, well, thank you, Skylar, for being here today again.
Thank you,
Any
Miller.
other anything that you want to share before
Oh no,
finish?
I don't have anything to share. Just happy to be here. So thank you so much for having me.
Of course, anytime, anytime. And thank you everybody that joined us today. And looking forward to see you next week. Then, okay,
Bye.
bye guys. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.